Look here, baby. You're hitting them corners too fast. You need to slow this down. You understand? I almost spilled my yak on this $200 suit.
Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you be a part of whatever all of this is I got going on here. And also go ahead and hit that notification so that every single time I post, you'll be notified, which is every Wednesday and every Friday. Let's get into the video. So today's video is a think piece, kind of like discussion video. It's a little bit of reaction and it's a little bit of kind of like what my Isn't That Ironic series is. So it's a lot going on today, but I'm going to walk you through why it is that way and all that stuff. What today's video centers around, well, you read the title, so I'm sure you already know what it's about, but in case you don't know why I'm making this video or like what this video is about, essentially, Monique, comedian, actress, a very influential, powerful Black woman in the entertainment industry for being plus size, for being darker skinned, for not being like, you know, she's very crass, she's very open about sex, like her sex life and everything. She's just that bitch. Like, everybody knows Monique. She basically put out a video, I guess maybe over Memorial Day weekend. That's when I first started hearing about the video. Basically telling Black people, basically to like stop wearing scarves and stuff in public, like scarves, bonnets. I'm assuming she also meant do-rags and, you know, pajama clothes, and, you know, we have to dress a certain way to, you know, have some self-respect, blah, blah, blah. The reason I'm paraphrasing, and I might be paraphrasing so terribly, is because I haven't seen the video, and so we're gonna watch it here together live, which will be the reaction part of the video. I'm wearing my do-rag in solidarity, but since I know that bonnets were a main part of the video, and that's been what a lot of discussion on Twitter that I've seen about, I brought my bonnet out. Let's pop this bad boy on. I don't typically wear it unless I have braids.
But it's kind of flat though.
So for the people that are watching this video that maybe don't understand why what she said struck a nerve with so many people and why I feel the need to make a video about it, I'm gonna explain to you why. First, I know that I need to see the video because I can't talk about something that I haven't seen for myself. So I found the full video. For the sake of like just being courteous, I am gonna link their original video down below. I don't think they talk about it, I just think they posted the video and they put their watermark on it. Respect. I'm gonna link their original video down below and I will put it on screen right here so we can watch it together.
Hey, my sweet babies.
Hi, Monique.
So, it took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment, and I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of Auntie, and I'm honored.
Auntie talks? Okay, yes, I know that people are saying that.
But there are times where Auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit.
Well, let's hear it.
So, yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10.
Booked and busy.
Right? I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get him in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap, but I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of, let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created so that if I'm out in the street,
Let's see about this.
I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask
It's
you
clownery, no.
to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on, and you got slippers on, and you looking like what the Nikki gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl.
Not in these COVID times, you're not.
Show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen. Well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us.
Auntie, how much longer is
helping
this?
our
All right,
community.
we almost through.
Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you gonna be treated? So when I say, hey, queen,
not the ding ding,
I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training.
This is not charm school, babe. Let it go.
Stop being fearful of taking your position. And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen. Nikki love y'all for real, and I ain't never gonna BS you. Stop wearing them bonnets and head scarves looking like don't nobody give a about you, nor do you give a about yourself. Cause you beautiful, so represent it. I love y'all for real, my babies.
Okay. The last video I did like this was The Internet Hates Fat People. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link it up there and down below in the description box. But the way I structured that video, I really liked, because sometimes if I'm really into a topic, I can go off on a million different points and it's like a maze trying to find the way to connect them all. My first point is I feel like older women, will say 50 and older, they have an aversion to how younger women, and I'll say 35 and younger, how we live our lives, because we refuse to police ourselves or govern ourselves by the same rules that they have decided to live by when they were our age and as they still grow. My second point is that as a young Black woman, I feel like we don't really have anybody on our side, and we are being constantly attacked from every angle, and we're constantly having to combat all of these arguments all the time. It's just us on our side. And you have to wonder what that does to like the mental health of us, and how, you know, not just the mental health, but like our feelings about ourselves, and how that makes us feel, more or less how that makes us feel. My last point, and it is based on the video, which I made these points before I saw the video, but I knew that this was kind of wrapped in, because I know that Monique talks about appearance and like how it's, you know, you're supposed to have respect for yourself and all this stuff. I will just title this point Strong Black Woman Fatigue, and we'll get into it in a second. Monique is 53 years old. Obviously, I don't know the ages of the women that she was seeing in the airport or the supermarket or whatever. The first point that I made is, I think it's something we can all understand. We all have those older relatives in our lives that just have an issue with everything we do that is so normal to us. Ripped jeans, low-cut shirts, tattoos, even things as simple as red nail polish. There's no reason why an older woman should see a younger woman with red nail polish and be like, slut. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also we do these things with no hesitation. Like, I feel like when older women see us do these things, they look at it as like, oh, they're trying to rebel. They want to be rebellious. They want to do this, you know, they want to be this outspoken person to get a reaction, to gain attraction from it. When it's like, no, we just are doing these things just to do them. For them, I feel like when they see us wearing ripped jeans, they're like, oh, she wants the attention, she's acting out or whatever. And it's like, no, these were just on sale. I just like the style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's something it's like a culture shock to them, how comfortable we are with ourselves and how comfortable we are with not really caring about societal rules. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I know in the video she does reference, like, you know, this is how they're going to stores and the mall and whatnot, but her main focus in the video is airports. And while it shouldn't matter what a person has done before she saw them in the airport with their bonnet on, with their scarves, with their slippers, with their pajama pants, blankets, or whatever, none of that should matter. But you know, some of those people probably, they could have been waiting around for hours for their flight because maybe their flight got delayed. Maybe, what are other flight things that happened? Maybe, I don't know, there was a layover or something. A lot of things could have happened. And so if you are sitting in this big ass building that has a lot going on, you know, and it's not the most comfortable, yeah, you can find somewhere to sit, but it's not going to be that comfortable. You don't know how long you're going to be there for. You know, maybe you've been flying since 1 a.m. And while none of that should matter, if any of that is true, I don't see why anyone would want to sit through all of that in jeans. That's what it really comes down to. Like, I don't understand what would be, like, why would some, like, personally, I've never traveled for a long period of time and thought, you know, oh, I'm going to be in this car for a while. Oh, I'm going to be on this train for a while. Or I know I'm going to be in the airport for a while. Let me put on jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that people deserve the right to be comfortable when they're traveling. Point blank, period. Another point that she makes is pride, right? When do we lose pride? When you're in the airport, when you're at the store, when you're at the mall, you're not always dressing to look your best. When you're in the airport, your main purpose there is to get from point A to point B, and nowhere in that do you have to look amazing. And I also think it's a little different for her because she's a celebrity, and I don't know if maybe that's not clicking for her, but she's gonna be photographed at the airport. I'm not gonna take any pictures in this, or no one's gonna take my picture in this. So for her, yeah, it's a little more central for her to dress a certain way. Oh, maybe, okay, I think my points are going to be rearranged now that I think about it. I'm going to use point 3 next. It's going to be kind of confusing, but we're going to talk about my point 3. It makes more sense to put it here. There's an overwhelming sentiment within the Black community, specifically with Black women, Black female identifying persons, where we are sick of the trope of being a strong Black woman, right? It used to be something that you could say and like be super proud of, like, yes, I'm a strong Black woman, I can handle anything and all this stuff. But throughout the years, we've seen that be used against us in a way that doesn't benefit us anymore. Because now when we say we're strong Black women, people are taking that as, oh, throw anything you want at her, say anything you want to her, do anything you want to her because she's strong and she can handle it. It feels like it dismisses any of our agency to break down about something, to feel a certain way about something, to be upset about something, to feel overwhelmed, or, you know, to deny that we can be sensitive, that we can be these delicate people, that we can be dainty, you know. In the same sense, and how it relates to this video, why I feel like all my life I've heard this, and I know that other Black people can relate. We're always, you know, we have to have pride in ourselves. Like, I understand, you know, having pride in yourself when the occasion calls for it. At a job interview, you want to look your absolute best. You want to make sure you're wearing the best clothes. You want to make sure you have a firm handshake, you make direct eye contact. All of that is having pride in yourself. But why, as Black people, do we always have to, it seems like the older people in our generation want us to always, you know, dress to the nines, and, you know, we just don't ever get to, like, just exist. It's always like, oh, where's your pride? You know, you have to stand up straight, you have to talk a certain way, you have to, you know, act a certain way, you have to be a certain way just to exist. And it's like, well, no, I'm tired of it. I am tired. I just want to exist as a Black person. It's one of those things. The best example that I can pick to relate to this is actually ironic because of the month it is Pride Month. And I know that a lot of people right now, a lot of members of the LGBTQIA community are putting an emphasis on not worrying about if you are out of the closet yet, right? Like, you don't have to make a big deal about it. You don't have to come out and declare this thing. You are just allowed to be who you are. You don't have to make a big declaration about it if that's not something you want to do, right? If you're not comfortable with that. And that is how I feel in regards to her comment. Like, yes, obviously we have pride. Like, we have pride in ourselves. But I do not have to carry the burden of going everywhere and making sure that people know that. That's not my job is not to go everywhere and do that. Do y'all see what I'm saying? I want to make sure that it's coming across crystal clear to y'all. When I walk into the grocery store, I'm not walking in and being like, I'm here to get milk, eggs, and bread, and yes, I have pride in myself. I'm just here to get my groceries and leave. That's it. I'm not here to make this big declaration that I have pride. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's just tiring at some point. It gets to be very tiring that we always have to present ourselves in this way. It's tiring, and I don't feel like doing it all the time. That was a lot. There was a lot of steam behind that point. I came with a lot of fire behind that point. My last point, so one, I'll tell y'all this. I love Monique. When the Parkers dropped on Netflix, I binge watched the whole thing. Wasn't really a fan of the ending, but I know a lot of people weren't. You know, like I said at the beginning, she's a plus size, darker skinned woman who also, might I add, since she gets from Baltimore, I gotta point this out, she has a thick accent. Like, she hasn't like tried to change her voice or anything. She hasn't tried to change who she is. She's always had that kind of side to her. Like, she's always been very genuine. And so I'm saying all this because, like, I'm trying to let y'all know, like, I've always been a fan of her. I've always loved her. It hurts that someone who she's like, oh yeah, you know, you guys call me auntie, I really love it. It hurts, as you know, for some of us to hear, like, from this auntie figure that, like, they're basically correcting us. We're basically being chastised by it. And I feel like as Black women, our resources, our allies who we have to lean on, we are running, you know, we're kind of hitting dead ends with everybody except for ourselves. And even sometimes, clearly, it's with ourselves too. Black men, for the most part, have their OGs they can rely on, right? These are just their older guys that are in their life that are always going to have their back no matter what. When we finally do hit that wall of fatigue of being a strong Black woman, who can we retreat to be like, I am not feeling my best right now. I need someone to rely on, and I don't really know where. And obviously I'm saying it in a general sense, but it does feel like there's always flack coming from all these sides, and there's not really somewhere for us to go. And so it hurts, not just for me as like a fan of Monique, but it just in general, it hurts from a younger Black woman to see an older Black woman kind of criticizing us and, you know, saying like, oh, you know, some of y'all don't deserve to be called queens because of a bonnet, because of this. And baby, these waves are cooking under here, so you ain't gotta worry about it. But like, these were meant for us to wear. These were literally meant for us to protect our hair, right? These are protective. The silk lining inside helps protect our hair. Same with do-rags. These things are made for us to wear. And now, you know, we're hearing that we can't wear them because it's not very royal of us. What's the term? Regal of us. It doesn't really give royalty. And I want to make sure that I reference this too. Talking about, oh, can you comb your hair? Who's to say, because I just put this on. Granted, I am filming this video after a day of work, so my hair is not laid, but hair is done. Look, that bonnet just like recooked everything that was kind of standing up. I could go out like this, right? If I'm just trying to run out the house really quick, I could take it off, but I don't want to, and that's my choice. I don't know where my do-rag went, but the comment of, can you comb your hair before you leave? You don't know what the hair looks like under that bonnet. You don't know what the hair looks like under that scarf. I do want to wrap up this video because it's getting close to my bedtime, y'all, and I gotta go to sleep. So my closing arguments for this video are as follows. If you see someone wearing a bonnet in public, your initial reaction should be nothing. You should just not care, because it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. It doesn't matter why they have that bonnet on, the setting that you're in. If someone's wearing a bonnet in public, that's not your business, that's theirs. So the first thing is to mind the business that pays you. Point blank, period. Mind the business that pays you. The second thing is videos like this, moments like this, instances like this make it very hard sometimes to just exist as a Black woman, right? It is another example of just another person essentially taking this shit on us. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's just another person trying to police the way we do things for no other reason other than it just doesn't sit right with them. The only thing I can ask is that, you know, as a Black woman, I'm just asking you all out there, if you're watching this video, make yourself an ally to a Black woman, right? Let them know, any Black woman in your life, let them know, like, hey, if nobody else got you, I got you right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we just need to see more people on our side. Because I feel like we often are forgotten about. We are disregarded. We're put under this, oh, they're a strong black woman, they can handle anything. And then we just end up getting mistreated even more because everyone thinks that we're so strong and we can handle anything. And it's not true. Nobody can handle everything. And it's unfortunate that being a strong black woman has put us in this position where now we have to defend ourselves and say like, no, wait, I still have feelings I'm allowed to feel. Case in point, Naomi Osaka. If you don't know that story, and I feel like you do, but like there is a black woman right there who is not allowed to say how she feels, and you know, for some she's saying how she feels, and yet there's been so much drama around how she feels. How can you contest how someone feels like that? There's so much conversation and discourse and debate about how she feels because she's not, you know, taking all this pressure head on, and she's admitting like, I need help, and people are not allowing her to feel that way because she's supposed to be the strong black woman athlete. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are down below on the Monique video if you saw it, and anything that I talked about here today. I'd love to hear it. I always talk back in the comments, so please talk to me. Again, if you are not subscribed, please be sure to do that on your way out the door. And also be sure to hit that notification so every single time I post, you'll be notified, which is every Wednesday and every Friday. I love you all very much. Take care of yourselves out there. Take care of your mental health as much as possible. Be an ally to somebody who needs it. Wear your bonnet wherever you want to, because it's nobody's business. Talk nice to yourself before you talk nice to anybody else, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.